So it's R-type side skirts onto this GTI. So I've pulled off my old pancake side skirts that were on the side here, and the mounting black strip which it all slides onto, and now it's just bare metal back on the GTI. What I'm doing right now with a cloth is wax and grease. This car is ceramic coated, so I might have trouble having the double-sided tape, mounting tape, to stick. So I'm stripping all the old stuff off all the way through and keeping it clean, making sure there's nothing on it before I attempt to put the new one on. So after I do both sides of doing this, I will be putting on the mounting black strips. I will do that next after this. So these are the retaining strips. This one's the left one. I don't know if you can see that, but 543 is left and 544 is right. When you get these, if you get them second hand like I did, off a wrecked 3-door type R, make sure you wash them, clean them down. You'll never get to do it again. So do it one time before you put it on the car. Make it clean. Mine were covered in mud. I'll show you how to put them on in a sec. So here's the side of my GTI. It's needs a bath. But the priority is to put the mounting strips on, put them on properly. Now this has all been wiped down with the wax and grease remover. And you'll know you've got the right sides when all the holes line up with the tabs, because they won't line up otherwise. If you have the wrong side, you have it upside down, or they all don't fit, then you just need to know. This is a pain to do. Okay. Rubber mallet. It's a very soft mallet. I'm hitting on the different ones not to stress it too much. It's important to get it recessed correctly, otherwise it will not be centered in the car. This white hammer is really soft, or rubber mallet. It's really soft, and that's why it's leaving. Okay, that's that part. So it's not all the way on, it's very close. What I'm going to do, as you can see, there's a gap here, but what I'm going to do is test fit the side skirt and just see how it fits. Doing this properly is about test fit, make sure it all works. And there's a trick with the double-sided tape which you have to know, otherwise it's going to be really painful for anybody doing this. So in preparation for my first test fit, I put some tape across the top, and my freshly painted side skirt has got some protection in case I make a mistake and drop it. Last thing I want to do is mar that brand new paint that I have. Fitting this is a pain in the ass. I suggest fitting from the back and then catching the tabs as you go along. There's one here, and one right up the back. That's all that's on the inside of the Mk6 R skirts I have. There may be others. So 1, 2, 3. Doesn't have 4 skirts despite there being 4 tags, and doesn't look like anything's torn off. So okay, Fitment is next without double-sided tape. That's the next step. I'll take it off, then fit it again. Okay, so first test fit. Now The idea with these is to get them at the right length by putting the ends on, slide them up, make sure your tabs are bent outwards to catch into the tongues, into the grooves. Push these up above where you need to go, which is where I have the tape. Slip this one down and slip the next two down. Hopefully they'll all go where they're supposed to go. Now, this doesn't have double-sided tape on, hence the gap at the top. So, looks like it's all fitting, but this looks a bit high. Now, when I push these down or bump it with my hand, I'm using the flat of my hand like a karate chop. To be gentle. Now I'm checking the gaps at the front. Zero gap at the front. And probably a 3 or more gap at the back, which means no matter what I do, I'm going to have a gap of some kind. Now these are original Volkswagen skirts from 3-door that was blue and are Mk6. So it's as close as I'm going to get, better than any aftermarket ones. So that's it on right now. So next step will be to take it off again, yay, and then we, on this edge here, put some double-sided tape. Now when you put the double-sided tape on, what you need to do is take off one side, put it all the way on and press it, okay, and don't peel the other side off. This is 3M mounting tape. It'll have a red on one side, so you leave the red side up, put it on here, leave it up here. What we're going to do is we're going to fold a small tab of it upwards so it sticks out, so when I slide it on, it won't grab on this, it'll actually slide past it, and then we'll feed it up and hopefully it won't break. We'll feed it up and we'll push it on as we go along until we get all the way across, and then we just put in the screws at the bottom and it's finished. So it's not horribly difficult, but unless you know a couple of things like how to do the taping properly, you might have a bit of grief. So that's where I am so far. I'm going to go back in the house. It's 28 degrees where I am right now, and I'm sitting in the shade and it's hot as hell. So I'm going to prep this inside and put the tape on inside, and I'll restart the video then. So what I've done on here is put on some 3M double-sided external tape all the way along. Notice the gap between the bottom of the tape and the top of the bar, because if you have it on the top, you're going to end up with an intentional gap with grey tape on there. I've put it on, the tape is wider than what the space is, and as you can see down here, I've cut it with a sharp knife to match, so that's one long piece. So the trick is now to peel it and fold the top and then attach it, and we'll do a video of that in a sec. So this is how you want to do the tape. Peel it up and leave it hanging out just a bit. Okay, the point of that is so when you latch on the back tab and the 2 tabs at the front, this still sticks out. When everything's exactly right, then you peel this out all the way along, and then you press and hold and put it in. Now remember to check the underside of your Golf to make sure you have all the screws out, because the GTI has a screw in the rear that the R doesn't, so you have to take that rear screw out before you fit these. So hopefully you've watched this whole video before you start. So yeah, check that and do that, because I made that mistake and had to fix it. Not fun. Okay, so here we are, adding the other skirt in. See, the bracket frame is on, the tape is on and pressed down. I've got the fold at the top, and I've checked the alignment of the tabs, which all works, and now we just need to put it on. Best way to do this is to get it on above where you want it to be, slide it down. If we're lucky, we'll go first try, like that. Okay, let me check it's on. And what we're doing is filling this out. So you can see that's on, it seams and lines up correctly. Allows for a little bit of adjustment, not much. So now, pressure. Sorry for how dirty the car is. It's just been raining here. And that's it. It's on. There are 3 screws that go at the bottom. Don't like to leave tape on them when I have to. There are 3 screws at the bottom to go in. And 1 at the front here. Other than that, it's done. You have to do the same. This is the second one. I did the first one earlier to make sure everything worked fine. But there you go. Any questions, just post them up. I'll answer if I can. And so, GTI with R side skirts. Bit of work, especially to get the colour matching, but awesome finish, I think. So it should have always been. Thanks, I hope this helps somebody.